What's up, guys? Welcome to Reseller's Life. My name is Chris. Thank you so much for joining me. In this episode, I want to share 5 thoughts about reselling just for the holidays, and hopefully this serves you well. If you appreciate this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope everyone is having a wonderful time with their families, but let's get straight into it. Number 1, you can pick your profits. That's profits with a PH. And what I mean by that is there are people who are successful in every single kind of reselling. You could do wholesale, you could sell wholesale, you could buy wholesale, you could do liquidation salvage, you could do thrifting, you could be someone who just does retail arbitrage, shopping at the Walmart clearance. There's a million different ways to do this, but I will tell you, having more than one deity, having more than one God can cause problems because there's just only so much time. So it's really better, in my opinion, to just focus on one type of reselling. I'm going to give you an example. So let's say you pick wholesale as your deity, your God for reselling, right? And you go to the top of the pile. So the top eBayer, that is Jack Shang. He runs E4 City. If you look at his store, the average sale price is $7. I would be surprised if the average profit per item is over $1. Now the thing is, he sells like 17,000 items per day. So if you decide to go that route, you may want to really study and delve in and figure out what he is doing in order to get those types of products. You might want to use tools like Zik Analytics or TerraPeak to look at his stores and see what kind of things sell well. And then you yourself need to go find those items. For me, when I find items that are that cheap, usually they're less competitive because not a lot of people want to sell in those categories because you have to sell a lot of volume to make any money. So those categories surprisingly don't have that many people selling them. Okay, tip number 2, the hacks. People are always looking for hacks or shortcuts. Now here's the thing, those exist in every single category and in every single process, but you're not gonna run into them on YouTube or in a book. You're really just gonna figure it out when you try to do something or try to learn a specific niche. If you are selling microphones, you're gonna find out specific ways to ship them, specific ways to order them, how to store them. You're gonna learn hacks from just doing it over and over and over again. A lot of the most amazing things have been created from just repetition. So if you just learn one specific niche, one specific category, or even more specifically, just one specific product, you will learn a way to deliver that product to the customer better. And that's gonna give you an advantage over everybody else. It doesn't have to be, I call them unfair advantages because I'd like you to invest into something that other people can't just copy you, but other people just call them regular advantages because everything can be copied. Tip number 3 is from Gary Keller, the founder and creator of Keller Williams real estate company, largest real estate company in the world. I love this guy. In step number 1, I said you can pick your profits. He's one of my profits. I really like how this guy approaches his life, which is like the Pareto principle on crack. This guy really does the most important thing and just focuses on that one thing, and everything else gets left behind. And it's actually important to recognize that when you're working on your most important thing, there's going to be other fires that you can't take care of at that one point, but it's okay because at the end of the day, you got that one thing done. There's a million lessons from that book, The One Thing, which you guys can listen to for free if you use my affiliate link, audibletrial.com/dailyrefinement. But you should just pick up that book anyway. It's one of the best books I have read this year. Helps you focus on what's important. And for most people, what's important really is finding profitable suppliers. Once you can figure that part out in reselling, the rest of the process is, once you narrow it down to how to get the product prepped and photographed and listed online, and logistics, that all comes after you find something to sell. So focus on one specific niche, get good at it, and get good at that one important thing, which is usually just figuring out a space in the market for your product to fit. Now, I'm going to give you a bonus tip for what Gary Keller does, which is he plans his day using a month at a glance calendar. And I really like doing it that way. The way that you do that is you just flip it open, has the whole month open. You can basically see where your energy goes for the entire month. I have done that recently, and I really enjoyed planning my day that way because I can see how my day fits into the week, that fits into the month, and it sets me up for success. So now my goal for 2020 is to list 70 items a day every single day and have all the pieces of the pie set up. And also now I have a proper queue. And what that means is there's items that are always in each different stage of the process. And now those are easy for me to understand in the sense that those queues operate differently. For example, I have a virtual assistant that helps me cross post. They do that 7 days a week. I launch new listings every single day of the week, but I only photograph items 1 day a week. And I only build listings 4 days a week. So it just depends on how your schedule goes. But for me, using this month at a glance calendar has been exceptional. It's been really, really good, really easy to implement. They're inexpensive. I just picked one up at Office Depot for 17 bucks. And I'm just looking at my day and seeing how it fits into the month. That's been extremely useful. Okay, tip number 4. And that is exercise makes you nicer. This sounds very odd. Why is this something that's in my tips? It's just something that I have noticed in reselling this year. It's been very stressful, especially when there's some hiccups in sales, because the way that reselling works is it's not the same every single day. There are some days when things are lower, sometimes supply dries up, sometimes one of your processes is broken. You may spend the whole day fixing your printer. These are things that just happen when you resell, and that's why I think exercise is important, because if you don't have some kind of a way to get rid of the stress, it's going to show up in the way that you talk to people, the way you treat people. I'm guilty of this. Sometimes if I've had a bad day at work and I see some comment, it may trigger me into making a video that's not important. So that's why I've been really, really focused on trying to get into the best shape I can. And next year, that's one of my overall goals. Just get into the best shape of my life next year. And that's going to involve sleep, diet, and exercise, and that's going to in turn make me a nicer person. When I meet people who are really like superb athletes, or like people who are always grinding, those people are oftentimes the nicest people. There's a difference between that and then also the ultra competitive. Sometimes ultra competitive people are not that nice, even though they exercise, but I just think in general, exercise makes people nicer, so you should build that into your schedule. And the last tip is from Ray Kroc, Mr. McDonald's franchiser himself. I really like the concept of McDonald's wanting to serve everyone. That's why in my store, I really prefer selling pre-owned shoes, because I can deliver a quality product at less than half usually of the MSRP or retail price. I'm also being secondary in a sense that I am reusing goods. I like that premise, I like that idea, I like that concept. I feel like we live in a world of excess, so this is like me doing a small part, but I really like the fact that I can serve just regular people. That's really important to me. If you're only selling really expensive products or really rare products, you're just serving a small number of people, and that's why for my audience, I have changed up my channel. So I just offer, most of my stuff is free, and then I have a $35 course. Nothing too extravagant. I want to serve the regular person. I want to provide the best tools and tips that I can. So for you guys who are new to my channel, my name is Chris. I make a full-time living reselling stuff online. I have a free Facebook group called the Reseller Collective. It's a private group, so when you search for it, it'll pop up. It'll give you some rules. Once you agree to the rules, you can join. It's free. Most of my information is in there. I have a mentoring program that's inside there, so go in there, do that 13-step program. You should be able to know the basics of reselling for free just from that exercise. If you want to support the channel, I have a course called the Reseller Field Guide. It's 35 bucks with code YouTube. That's also in the description below. You can pick that up and support the channel. I will be launching Wholesale next year with the stuff that I do not want to sell. So me personally, I would prefer to focus on just selling shoes. So when I purchase lots and people's death piles, so if you have a bunch of inventory that you don't want to list or don't have time to list and you want to buy the whole thing, let's figure out how to get it to me. By the truck or by the pallet, or in those Home Depot medium-sized boxes. That's the best way to get your inventory to me. I will either get that inventory to other resellers or I'll sell it myself if it's in the category that I want to sell in. So wholesale lots are going to launch every single Thursday. So I'm going to offer it to my Patreon members first, and if they don't want it, it'll go out to the public. And the idea will be to earn at least 50% on your investment within 3 months. That's the type of goods that I'm putting into the lots, and that's how I'm going to price your items if you want to sell wholesale through me. So Ray Kroc is awesome. I love the movie The Founder. I love the story of McDonald's, and I think that idea of franchising is super, super interesting to me, and that's what I want to do. I want to be a franchisable model so people can look at what I'm doing and then you can copy it at home. So I appreciate you guys' time. Hope everyone's having a wonderful holiday. Merry Christmas to everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, smash that notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time.